Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
Hey, shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatum, Yahweh Shemar Latam Hashem Yahushua, to all Akim and all Akbar. This is the Baltimore Sabbath Service. We're going to be going right into it today. We're going to be starting in Leviticus 20. If you got a Blue Letter Bible app, it's called the Blue Letter Bible app. You can either download it on your, from your Play Store, or you can go online and use it. But it allows you to follow along with the Hebrew that when we read it. It's called the Blue Letter Bible app. And what we're going to be starting today is the book of Leviticus. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 14 through 20. And as always, we're going to read it in the Hebrew first, and then we're going to read it in the English. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 14. Wa'ayash, Ashar, Yaquak, Ashar, Wa'at, Hama, Zama, Hawa'ah, Ba'ash, Yasharakwa, Athwa, Wa'athan, Wala'ah, Dahaya, Zama, Wa'awakham, verse 15. Wa'ayash, Ashar, Yathan, Shikabakwa, Babahama, Mawat, Yawamath, Wa'ath, Habahama, the Haragwa, verse 16. Wa'ashar, Ashar, the Korah, all called, Bahama, the Rabba'i, Atha, Waharagat, Ha'ashar, Wa'ath, Habahama, Mawat, Yawamathwa, Damyaham, Bama, verse 17. Wa'ayash, Ashar, Yaquak, Akhathwa, Bad, Abyawa, Awa, Bad, Amawa, Wara'ah, Irawatha, Wahaya, the Ra'ah, Arawakwa, Kasad, Hawa'ah, Wanakarakwa, La'ayanya, Bunya, Aimum, Irawa, Achakwa, Gala, Iwanwa, Yasha'ah, verse 18. Wa'ayash, Ashar, Yashakah, Ashar, Yabwa, Wagala, Irawatha, Makara, Ha'ara, Wahaya, Galatha, Makawar, Damaya, Wanakarakwa, Shanyaham, Makara, Aimum, verse 19. Wa'irawa, Akwa, Ainka, Wa'akawa, Abyaka, La'a, Lagala, Kaya, Sarawa, Ha'ira, Iwanum, Yasha'awa, verse 20. Wa'ayash, Ashar, Yashakal, the Dathwa, Irawa, the Dathwa, Gala, Kata'am, Yasha'awa, Arayarium, Yamathwa, and that's it. And as always, once we read it in the Hebrew, then we're going to read it in the English. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 14. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. Here it is. The Lord is telling us, a lot of times we feel like because we've been brought up in a society in which this oppressor, he has certain ways that we should not be following. You see what I'm saying? Here it is. The Lord is telling you who you can lay with, who you cannot lay with. You know, if you got a rib, you are not to touch your mother. You see what I'm saying? Like, her mother is off limits. You should never put your hands on her. You see what I'm saying? And certain cultures and certain customs, if you do it, it's like it is what it is. The Lord has told blacks and Hispanics, this is not how we move. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, this is not our culture. You see what I'm saying? Verse 15, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. Here's the thing, that sounds crazy. But the Most High has to tell us this because we are a nation who always follow other nations. Everything the other nations do, we start to follow. You see what I'm saying? Here it is. These other nations, they were sleeping with beasts, sleeping with the animals, sleeping with the sheep. You see what I'm saying? The Lord say, listen, you better not, don't ever touch no animal in that way. It sounds crazy, but it happens. You see what I'm saying? Verse 16, and if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Verse 17, and if a man shall take his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and see her nakedness, and she see his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He have uncovered his sister's nakedness, he shall bear his iniquity. You should not be sleeping, sisters and brothers, you should not be sleeping together. You see what I'm saying? This is of the Lord, and it sounds crazy, and people mind, it may sound crazy that this is even in the Bible. But you got to remember, this is in the Bible because this was happening around us. You see what I'm saying? Like right now, you know, you go to some of these old hick towns, you know, brothers and sisters are married. They keep it in the family. You see what I'm saying? Kids messed up. You see what I'm saying? And chromosomes too close. But this is a common thing in certain cultures among certain people. The Lord is telling us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, this is not our culture. This is something we shouldn't do. Verse 18, if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness and shall uncover her nakedness, he hath discovered her fountain, and she hath uncovered the fountain of her blood, and both of them should be cut off from among their people. What is this talking about?
It's talking about Salaki, sir, if I may.
Good.
When when a woman is on a cycle,
Come.
you're not supposed to touch her, that's unclean.
Come. When a woman is on her cycle, as a man, you are not supposed to lay with her. She is unclean. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to leave her alone and give her time to get herself together. 7 days. You should not touch her. You see what I'm saying? And again, the Lord has to reinforce this and give this law to Israel because the other nations didn't mind that. A woman be on a cycle and she's still laying with her husband. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we cannot do those things. This is what separates us from everybody else. It's verse 19, and thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, nor of thy father's sister, for he have uncovered his near kin. They shall bear their iniquity. That means your aunt. Your aunt, your aunt and uncles, you should be laying with them. Like the Lord is breaking it down. Like a lot of times, this society that we live in, they lead us to believe that we can fall in love and we can kind of like we can be with whoever we want to be with. According to the Lord, we can't. The Lord has rules and he has standards that we must oblige by, that we must follow. Verse 20, and if a man shall lie with his uncle's wife, he have uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin. They shall die childless. You see what I'm saying? You got an uncle and he got a rib. You should not touch her. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's certain principles that we had that these other cultures don't have. But because we are people who always like following the nations around us, the Lord has given us these laws. We're not to do these things, man. And that's it on that. All right, so now we're going to be reading the Leviticus chapter 20, verses 21 through 27. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 21. Wa'ayash, Shar, Raquak, Ashah, Akua, Nadab, Hawa'ah, Arawath, Akua, Galah, Ariyarim, Yahayawa, verse 22. Yashamartham, Kal, Kakwathia, Wa'ath, Kal, Mashapatya, Wa'isha Thumb, Athum, Wala'ah, Takwiya'ah, Atham, Ha'aratiza, Ashar, Anya, Mabya'ah, Atham, Shema, Lashabath, verse 23. Wala'ah, the Lakwa, Bakakwa, Hagawiyah, Ashar, Anya, Mashalak, Mapanyakam, Kaya, Kal, Allah, Aishawa, Wa Quatiza, Bama, verse 24. Wa Amar, Lakam, Atham, the Yaraswa, Adamatham, Wa Anya, Athanana, Lakam, Larasha, Atha, Aratiza, Zabah, Kalab, Wadabash, Anya, Yahweh, Alahayakam, Ashar, Habadalathya, Atham, Mun, Ha'anyum, verse 25. Wahabadal them, Bayan, Habahama, Hatahara, Latama'a, Obayan, Ha'aiwa, Hatama'a, Latahar, Wala'a, Lashakwatizawa, Napashat Yakam, Babahama, Aiwa, Ubakal, Ashar, the Ramash, Ha'adama, Ashar, Habadalathia, Lakam, Latama'a, verse 26. Wahaya Yatham, Laya, Badashiam, Kaya, Quarawash, Anya, Yahweh, Abadal, Akum, Mun, Aimium, Lahayawa, Laya, verse 27. Wa'ayash, Awa, Ashah, Kaya, Yahaya, Baham, Awa, Yarainya, Awa, Yawamathwa, Ba'akan, Yaragamwa, Atham, Damiyaham, Bama, and that's it. So we'll be reading Leviticus chapter 20, verses 21 through 27 in the English. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 21. And if a man shall take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He hath uncovered his brother's nakedness, they shall be childless. Verse 22. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein speed you not out. Verse 23, and ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you. See, the Lord has given these laws before he set us in this land, because these are customs that these other people will follow. The Lord is saying, listen, I'm bringing you into this land. Don't follow the people that I just kicked out of here. You see what I'm saying? Unless you do that, and I kick you out of here too. And you say, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. The Lord hated them. You see what I'm saying? Verse 24. But I have said unto you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, which have separated you from other people. We are not equal to nobody. Like as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we got this mindset that we want to be equal to people. You see what I'm saying? According to like God is not interested in equality. You understand? It is not Israel's place to be equal to nobody, to no nation out here. The Most High wanted Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to be better and above every other nation on the face of this earth. Verse 25, you should therefore put differences between clean beasts and unclean, and between unclean fowls and clean. And you shall not make your souls abominable by beasts or by fowl, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. Verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have severed you from other people, that you should be mine. Verse 27. A man also or woman that have a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. That's it. Any questions? Any questions in the chat? Any questions in the class? Just raise your hand. We're in the book of Leviticus. We're in the book of Leviticus. We're going to be reading chapter 21, verses 1 through 7. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 1. Yamar Yahweh al Mashah Amar al Akahanya Bunya Aharon wa Amarah Alaham Lana Pash La'a Yatama'a Ma'angula. Verse 2. Kaya Lasha'ara Aquarab Alyua La Amwa Wala Abua, Wala Bunwa, Wala Bathwa, Wala Akua. Verse 3. Wala Kathwa, Abath Wala Hakora Waba, Alyua, Ashar, La Hayata, La Ayash, Laha. Yatama'a, verse 4, La'a, Yatama'a, Ba'al, Ba'angua, Lahakalwa, verse 5, La'a, Yapura, Yapurakwa, Puraka, Pura Asham, Wapa'a, Zapunum, La'a, Yagalakwa, Wababash, Wababasharum, La'a, Yasharatma, Sharatum, verse 6, Kodashim, Yahayawa, La'alahayim, Wala'a, Yakalawa, Shum, Alahayim, Kaya, Ashwa, Ashaya, Yahweh, Lakam, Alahayim, Hum, Makoriya Bum, Wahayawa, Wadah, verse 7, Asha, Zana, Wakalala, La'a, Yakwapa, Wa Asha, Garawasha, Ma'ayasha, La'a, Yakwapa, Kaya, Wadash, Hawa'a, La'alahayawa. That's it. All right, so we're going to be reading Leviticus chapter 21, verses 1 through 7, and the English. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, speaking to the priests the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people. 2, but for his kin that is near to him, that is, for his mother, and for his father, and for his son, and for his daughter, and for his brother. Verse 3, and for his sister, a virgin that is nigh to him, which have had no husband, for her may he be defiled. But he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy unto their God, and not profane the name of the Lord their God. So the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of the God of their God, they do offer. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman put away from her husband, for he is holy unto his God. It's like what we're reading is the Lord is this is why on the Sabbath day, this is the Lord's Sabbath. This is where we get taught the law. You see what I'm saying? Like this was customary in ancient Israel. You know, a lot of people say we don't know, you know, it's impossible to keep God's law. We don't know it. You see what I'm saying? This is where you start to find out what God requires. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these laws that we have is predicated because these other nations that was around us, they were doing these things. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is calling us out from amongst them people. Like if you look at the so-called white man, if you look at his culture right now, look at the things that we assimilate ourselves into his culture, celebrating his holidays. You see what I'm saying? Eating his foods, eating that pork, eating that shrimp, that crab, that lobster. In Baltimore, crab is a delicacy. You see what I'm saying? Like, who are you not to eat a crab cake? You see what I'm saying? That's the culture here. The Lord is saying, don't be like them people. I'm pulling you out of that culture to be better. You see what I'm saying? And this is where you get these laws from, man. All right, so we're in the book of Leviticus, chapter 1. It's like chapter 21, verses 8 through 14 in the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 8. Waqadash the one. Kaya lakam ala hayata. Hawa makoraya qudash. Yahaya laka kaya. Parawash anya Yahweh. Makwadash, verse 9. Wabav, Ayash, Kahan, Kaya, the call, Lazanawa, Abiyah, Hayah, Makalala, Ba'ash, Basharat, verse 10. Wahakahan, Hagadawal, Ma'akua, Ashar, Yawatazak, Al, Ra'ashwa, Shaman, Hamashakar, Mamala'a, Yadwa, Lalabash, Habagadim, Ra'ashwa, La'a, Yabarai, Wabagadia, La'a, Yabaram, verse 11. Wa'al, call, ain't nobody doing nothing. No. Napasha, Ma, La'a, Yaba'a, La'abiyawa, Wala Amun, La'a, Yatama'a, verse 12. Wamun, Hamakwadash, La'a, Yataza'a, Wala'a, Yakalal, Makwadash, Alahayawa, Kaya, Nazar, Shaman, Mashaka, Alahayawa, Aliyawa, Anya Yahweh, verse 13. Wahawa Asha, Babata Walya, Babata Walaya, Yaquat, verse 14. Alamana, Wagara Washa, Wagar Washa, Wakalala, Zana, Allah, the Yaquat Kaya, Watawala'a, Ma'ainyawa, Yaquat Asha. And that's it. All right, so we're going to be reading Leviticus chapter 21, verses 8 through 14 in the English. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 8. Thou shalt sanctify him, and therefore, for he offered the bread of thy God. He shall be holy unto thee. For I, the Lord, will sanctify you holy. Verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father. She shall be burnt with fire. Listen, Most High do not play games. Like, we got to understand the God that we serve. Like this Caesar Borgia, which the world knows as that white version of Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? This is not the spirit of the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible, listen, you don't be obedient. Like a lot of times kids run their parents now. Kids run their parents because there's no consequence to you disobeying and doing what you want to do. Listen, according to the Lord, as a child, you profane your father and you ruin your father's name. You out here playing a whore and doing all types of wickedness. You see what I'm saying? You could be unalived. You see what I'm saying? This is what a lot of our kids don't understand. A lot of our people don't understand. A lot of times the things that happen to us, we think that Satan's doing. You got to realize this is punishments from the Lord. The Lord is doing this because we're profaning him, because we're disobeying him. You see what I'm saying? Verse 10. And he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointed oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garment, shall not uncover his head, nor rend his clothes. Verse 11. Neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Verse 12. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God, for the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord. Verse 13. And he shall take a wife from her virginity. Verse 14. A widow or a divorced woman or profane or a harlot, these shall he not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. That's it. The Lord is giving the standards to his priests, like how he want his priests to be. You see what I'm saying? Like, here it is, like, you go into the Christian church, you go into that Catholic church, you feel me? You think that those priests are holy. You think that those pastors are holy because, they wear them sharp suits and they wear the little collars around their neck and stuff like that. They're some of the most evil and wickedest men that you'll ever meet in your life. You see what I'm saying? They're some of the most evil and wickedest sisters that you will meet in your life. You see what I'm saying? The Lord has a standard for his priests. You see what I'm saying? As priests, you're supposed to be doing certain things. You're supposed to be behaving a certain way. You see what I'm saying? This is what the Lord requires of us. All right, we're ready to get into Leviticus chapter 21, verses 15 through 21 in the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 15. Yakalo, Zaraiwa, Ba'ainyawa, Kaya, Anya Yahweh, Makwadashwa, verse 16. While the bar Yahweh all Mashallah Amar, verse 17. The bar all Ahran La Amar Ayash, Mazaraika, Ladartham, Ashar, Yahaya, Bawa, Mawam, La'a, Yakorab, Lahakoriyab, Lakam, Alahayawa, verse 18. Kaya, call Ayash, Ashar, Bawa, Mawam, La'a, Yakorab, Ayash, Iwar, Awa, Masak, Awa, Karam, Awa, Sharawai, verse 19. Awa, Ayash, Ashar, Yahaya, Awa, Shabar, Regal, Awa, Shabar, Yad, verse 20. Awa, Gabun, Awa, Yak, Awa, the below, Fa'ayanwa, Awa, Garab, Awa, Delapath, Awa, Marawak, Oscar. Verse 21, call Ayash, Ashar, Awa, Mawum, Mazarai, Aharon, Hakahan, La'ah, Yagash, Lahakorah, Lahaslai, Lahakorayah, Ashia, Yahweh, Mawum, Bawa, Lakam, Alahayawa, La'ah, Yagash, Lakorayah, and that's it. And again, we're going to be reading Leviticus chapter 21, verses 15 through 21 in the English. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 15. Neither shall he profane his seed among his people, for I, the Lord, do sanctify him. Verse 16. And the Lord speaking to Moses, saying, verse 17, speaking to Aaron, saying, whosoever he be of thy seed and their generations that have any blemish, let him not approach to offer the bread of his God. Verse 18. For whatsoever man he be that have a blemish, he shall not approach, a blind man or a lame, or he that have a flat nose, or anything superfluous. Verse 19, or a man that is broken-footed, or broken-handed. Verse 20, or crook-back, or a dwarf, or that have a blemish in his eye, or be scurvy, or scab, or have his stones broken. Verse 21, no man that have a blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire. He hath a blemish. He shall not come nigh to offer the bread of his God. All right, we're going to be reading. Wait 1 second. We're in the book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verses 22 through 24. And then Leviticus 22, 1 through 4. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 22. Lakam, Alahayawa, Makwadashia, Akwadashia, Waman, Akwadashia, Ya Akal, verse 23. Akal, Al, Apar, Aparakah, La'ah, Yaba'ah, Wa'al, Hamazabak, La'ah, Yagash, Kaya, Mawam, Bawa, Wala'ah, Yakalal, Makwadashia, Kaya, Anya, Yahweh, Makwadashma, verse 4, verse 24. Wale the bar, Mashah, Al, Aharon, Wa'al, Bunyawa, Wa'al, Call, Bunya, Yasha'ala. All right, Leviticus chapter 22, verse 1. Wale the bar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, La'amar, verse 2. The bar, Al, Aharon, Wa'al, Bunyawa. Wayanazar, Makwadashia, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Wala'ah, Yakalala, Shem, Kadashia, Ashar, Hum, Makwadashia, Laya, Anya, Yahweh, verse 3. Yamar, Alahum, let a rock Yakam, Call, Ayash, Ashar, Yakarab, Makal, Zerai, Al, Akwadashia, Ashar, Yaquad, Yashwa, Bunya, Yasha'ala, La Yahweh, what's a Ma'atia, what's a Ma'atwa, Alua, Wanakaratha, Hanapash, Ahawa'ah, Malapanya, Anya, Yahweh, verse 4. Ayash, Mazarai, Aharon, Wahawa'ah, Tezarawai, Awa, Zah, Rakudashim, La'ah, Ya'akal, Ashar, Yetzahar, Wahanagai, Fakal, Tama'ah, Kapash, Awa, Ayash, Ashar, Letaza'ah, Mamanwa, Shakabah, Zerai, and that's it. All right, so we're going to read Leviticus chapter 21, verses 22 through 24, and then Leviticus 22, 1 through 4. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 22, he shall eat the bread of his God, both of the most holy and of the holy. Verse 23, and only he shall not go unto the veil, nor come nigh unto the altar, because he have a blemish, that he profane not my sanctuaries, for I, the Lord, do sanctify them. Verse 24, and Moses told it unto Aaron, and to his sons, and unto the children of Israel. Leviticus chapter 22, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, and that they profane not my holy name in those things which they hallow unto me. I am the Lord. Verse 3, say unto them, whosoever he be of all your seed among your generation that goeth into the holy things, which the children of Israel hallow unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from amongst my presence. I am the Lord. What man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leper, or have a running issue, he shall not eat of the holy things until he be clean. And whoso toucheth anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man, or whose seed goeth from him. That's it. So now this is getting to coming into the sanctuary clean and unclean. You see what I'm saying? So like, if you're a brother, you see what I'm saying? Like, say you laid with your woman, you're technically unclean until the evening. You see what I'm saying? When that sunset, then you're unclean. That's not saying it's a sin. Being unclean is not a sin. However, it can become that way if you're unclean and you enter into the sanctuary. So if a brother is unclean and he comes into the school, you're off limits. You see what I'm saying? If you're unclean, stay away from school. If you're a sister, if you're in your cycle or anything like that, you feel me? You're unclean for 7 days. You're not to come to the school. This is what the Lord is saying. This is how you get into the cleanliness and unclean things. All right, so we in slide go, sis.
Can I say something before I talk, or am I going to do it? Just say something?
Yeah, question or comment.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It was asking me, I think, so if you're married or outside here or here or whatever, I mean, married to a member, if you're married to someone that is like, I'm really saying you're outside here, and you're saying that if you've had sex with that person, with your wife or husband had sex with her that day, or something like that morning, they're not cooking to that night.
Absolutely, and that's period. That's period. So like if you lay with your spouse or something like that, with your husband, or as a husband you lay with your wife, let's say you know it's early in the day. Until that sunset, you're unclean. When that sun sets, you're now clean again. This is what the Lord is saying. So, you know, it is different. It's different days according to the uncleanness. So that's why you know you got the difference between good. That's where you get the difference from, you know, it just like we just read, if you touch an unclean animal, if you touch the carcass, so like say you got a dove, right? A dove is not a clean animal. We are not to eat doves, right? But we all got pets. So you got a dove pet and you playing with them and stuff like that. That does not make you unclean. But if that dove or that unclean animal was to be dead, and then you touch the carcass of it, now you are unclean until the evening. You see what I'm saying? Like if you go to a funeral, someone dies around you, you're unclean for 7 days. So, you know, this is what the Lord is getting into because he don't want his sanctuary defiled. So like I said, it's not a sin to be unclean. However, you can't come into the sanctuary until you're clean. All right, so we're in Leviticus chapter 22, verses 5 through 11. Leviticus chapter 22, verse 5 in the Hebrew. Awa, Ayaj, Ashar, Yagai, Bakal, Sharatiza, Ashar, Yatama'a, Lawa, Ba'adam, Ashar, Yatama'a, Lawa, Lakal, Tama'akwa. Verse 6. Napash, Ashar, the guy, Wa, Watama'a, I, Ha'ara, Wala'a, Ya'akal, Mun, Hakodashim, Kaya, Rakataza, Basharwa, Wamanyam, verse 7. Waba'a, Hashamash, Watahar, Wa'akar, Ya'akal, Mun, Hakodashim, Kaya, Lakamawa, Hawa'a, verse 8. Nabala, Watarapa, La'a, Ya'akal, Atama'a, Baha, Anya, Yahweh, verse 9. Washamarwa, Mashamarathya, Wala'a, Yasha'awa, Alyawa, Heta'a, Wamathwa, Bawa, Kaya, Yakalohawa, Anya, Yahweh, Makodashma, verse 10. Wakal, Zar, La'a, Ya'akal, Wadash, Dawashah, Kahan, Washakayar, La'a, Ya'akal, Wadash, verse 11. Wakahan, Kaya, Yakuna, Napash, Panayan, Kasapwa, Hawa'a, Ya'akal, Bawa, Wayalayad, Bayakwa, Hum, Ya'akalwa, Balakamwa. And that's it. All right, so we will be reading Leviticus chapter 22, verses 5 through 11 in the English. Leviticus chapter 22, verse 5. Or whosoever toucheth any creeping thing, whereby he may be unclean, or a man of whom he may take uncleanness, whatsoever uncleanness he had. Verse 6. The soul which he have touched, any such shall be unclean until even, and shall not eat of the holy things, unless he have washed his flesh with water. Verse 7. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food. Verse 8. That which dieth of itself, or is torn with beasts, he shall not eat to defile himself therewith. I am the Lord. So this is another thing right here. So if you're looking at animals, so let's say you got an animal that dies of itself, we're not supposed to eat of it, even if it's a clean animal. So let's say you got like a deer or something like that. Let's say you got a cow or a chicken. It's one thing for us to slaughter an animal. You see what I'm saying? But it's another thing for them to have some kind of sickness or illness, and they die of themselves. That animal is now unclean to us.
I'm a video. Do you guys do you have any meat or pork or?
So we do eat meat, but we do not eat pork. We do not eat pork. We do not eat shrimp. We do not eat crab, lobster. So if you go to the book of Leviticus chapter 11, that's the dietary laws that we have. So certain meats that we can eat, certain meats that we can't eat, certain things, certain birds that we can eat, certain birds that we can't, certain fish, certain things in the sea that we can eat, certain things we can't. It's rules to it. So like, for instance, in the sea, if it doesn't have a fin and scales, we can't eat of it. It can have fins and no scales, it's unclean. It can have scales and no fin, it's unclean. So like if you look at the crab, like we were saying, like the crab is a delicacy here in Baltimore. crabs and shrimp, stuff like that. Those are shellfish. Those are unclean animals to us. You know, but yeah, we do eat certain meats, but we do not eat all meats. That's verse 8. No, verse 9. They shall therefore keep my ordinance, lest they bear sin for it, and die therefore, if they profane it. I, the Lord, do sanctify them. Verse 10. There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. A sojourner of the priest or an hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing. Verse 11. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it. And he that is born in his house, they shall eat of his meat. That's it. All right, so that's going to be the reading portion. La Yasha'ala. This is for everybody. Amadium, which means fan. Amadium Wapadah. Hakadab, which means rise and face the east. No. The east is going to be this way.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Is it true?
East this way. Everybody can face this way. We're going to go over the Lord's Prayer. We're going to read it in English, in Hebrew first, and then we're going to say it in English. The Lord's Prayer. Abano. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malak Maskah. Daba'ah. Ratazak. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazak. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nakam now. Nakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalakina. Kabawatina. Kasalakina. Kabawatina. Wala'ah. Tabi'aina. One. A wall. Habashayna. Mayan. Ride. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. Why Aman. And then the English, our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. All right. Just if you shop him, that means sit. You have a seat. You have a seat.
Okay, sir.
All right, this is going to conclude the service. Salute out. We want to salute the Israel Almighty Shabbat. Almighty Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yadi Matah saw, which means turn. All right, that's just that Biden. That means stand once more. That's it. So what we're going to do? No, you're going to face us. We're going to salute you, and you're going to salute us back. Okay, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. All right. Men of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Madi, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathan by Hashem Yahushua. So what you gonna say? Yahweh?
Say that?
Yeah, you gonna say it to us, Yahweh. So you hold your hand. There you go. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shema.
Alathan
Alathan.
by Hashem
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Yahweh.
Yadimata. Class dismissed. Yep. It's like, yeah. And
Thank you. You want to tell them?
yeah, hold on 1 second.
Play outro.
Yep.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're